welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel. According to Israeli police officials, a Palestinian woman just hours ago attempted with a knife in hand to stab one in a group of paramilitary police officers near the Damascus Gate entrance to Jerusalem's Old City. The same officers then opened fire on the terrorist and shot her dead. Police spokesperson Mickey Rosenfeld said, quote, "At the moment, we are carrying out an investigation in order to understand how she arrived in the area, where she got hold of the knife, and all security measures are being implemented in order to prevent any further terrorist attacks from taking place here in Jerusalem in the Damascus Gate area." End quote. Since the start of the so-called knife intifada in October of 2015, roughly 250 Palestinians have been killed in the sporadic sparks of violence. Most of the deaths occurred while trying to commit terror attacks. 2 Americans and 37 Israelis have also been killed in incidents since then. Today, Jordan's King Abdullah II said that regional peace is not possible without the creation of a Palestinian state. In a statement at the Arab summit held in the Dead Sea, the king said that, quote, "Israel is continuing to expand settlements and wreck chances of peace. There is no peace or stability in the region without a just and comprehensive solution to the Palestinian cause through a two-state solution." End quote. The Jordanian king went on to say that the Hashemite kingdom would not tolerate any harm to come to the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and that any unilateral moves by Israel altering the status quo of the Temple Mount would have disastrous effects for the region. The Temple Mount is the holiest site in Judaism and the third holiest site in Islam, and is currently under a custodianship of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan despite being in Israel. The Palestinians have claimed East Jerusalem as their future capital, though Israel captured East Jerusalem in 1967 and subsequently annexed it. Today, a Hamas spokesman warned that the assassination of Mazen Fukaha outside of his home in Gaza endangers any future prisoner exchange with Israel. Senior Hamas official Mahmoud al-Zahar was quoted by the Lebanese-based pan-Arab news channel Al-Mayadeen as saying, quote, "What they did is not a military victory. It will disrupt many things they were working to realize, such as the prisoner exchange or other things." End quote. Jerusalem has been working to secure the release of 2, possibly 3 Israelis who are currently being held in the Gaza Strip. Avraham Mengistu and Hisham al-Sayed crossed into the Gaza Strip of their own accord and are believed to be mentally ill. Huma Ibrahim Abu Ghanima is another Israeli believed to be in Gaza, although his presence in the Strip has not yet been confirmed. Israel is also believed to be negotiating for the return of the bodies of Oron Shaul and Hadar Golden, who were killed in action during the 2014 Gaza war. Hamas blames Israel for the assassination of Fukaha earlier this week. Israel denies responsibility, however, though Fukaha had been arrested by Israel in 2002 for helping to orchestrate suicide bombings that killed 9 Israelis. He was later released as part of the Gilad Shalit prisoner exchange in 2011. Ultra-Orthodox protesters attacked a woman as she passed by a protest against the drafting of Ultra-Orthodox Jews into the army. A video of the incident shows Orthodox men yelling, "Get out of here," and shiksa, a derogatory Yiddish word for a non-Jewish woman. The video goes on to show her being kicked by a young boy and by additional protesters. The protest was against the arrest of several members of the ultra-Orthodox Jewish community who were arrested for refusing to appear at their local army recruitment office to receive a military draft exemption. Protesters held signs saying, "The State of Israel persecutes Jews," and "The Draft Edicts, a Holocaust for the Torah world." Protests against army recruitment started about 2 weeks ago, sparked by the arrest of Meir Toledano for refusing to comply with the draft order. Toledano is a pupil of Litvik or Lithuanian Rabbi Shmuel Auerbach, who has been highly supportive of protests against the drafting of would-be ultra-Orthodox soldiers. Many in the ultra-Orthodox community shun the mandatory military service that applies to most Israelis, and as such the community has historically received military exemptions for religious study. However, followers of Rabbi Auerbach are so opposed to the military draft that they even refuse to show up to the draft office to request exemptions. According to Israeli officials, the administration of United States President Donald Trump is currently gauging interest in a possible summit to be held this summer over the conflicts in the Middle East. The supposed conference to be hosted by the United States would unite Gulf Arab state leaders, the Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu all under one roof for the first time. Though the event is not yet formally planned, one Israeli official said, speaking to the Jerusalem Post, that the Arab participants have already applied preconditions to the Jewish state, saying that Israel would have to agree to stick to a settlement construction freeze anywhere outside the established settlement blocks. United States Special Representative for International Negotiations in the Middle East, Jason Greenblatt, said while attending the Arab League summit in Jordan that the time has come to make a deal, and that President Trump thinks a peace deal between Israel and the PA would reverberate positively through the region and the world. That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.